if there was one good thing that came out of COVID lockdown, it's that it forced us to stop and gave us time.
So we're talking about COVID and why we're doing this COVID series as such, or episode, and we are saying how it's given us time, and it's stuff that we haven't been able to focus on and do, and we thought we would just kind of run through all the things that we've been meaning to do but haven't had the time to do it. So let's look at where we are almost 1 year into the journey now, and let's talk about budgets first of all. Where are we in terms of our budget?
Well, budgets, we've worked hard at spending all our budget. Well, other people have worked hard at spending our budget.
Yeah, well, I think it's both. I think it's a little bit of both.
It's both. I mean, we don't go out and eat a lot in restaurants, for example, so we do watch our budget. But I think there's, we've had some unexpected expenses. We took the boat out of the water for a bit of anti-fouling and to replace the sea cocks, which we knew we had to do, so that wasn't our initial budget.
Yeah.
But when carefully planned. But when the boat was out of the water, we discovered a problem with one of the sail drives, and what was going to be probably £1,000 bill at most ended up being £5,500.
So that hurt our budget.
That hurt our budget a lot. And then, of course, we arrived in Colombia at the start of COVID, and we ended up being locked in the marina there for 2.5 months. We weren't allowed to leave.
2 days.
Exactly. We budgeted for 2 days just to get some fuel, water, clean the boats, have a quick look around, and then carry on. So we ended up having to pay a 2.5 month marina fee there, and that was huge.
I think also another big budget killer was the fact of my business, wasn't it? It was. I've got a small graphic design business, or I had a small graphic design business back in the UK, and in the beginning, the first couple of months, it was really struggling after I left, and we had to send quite a lot of money back for that in terms of having to keep salaries and rents paid, and that wasn't at all in the budget, so that was a huge budget killer. So yeah, budgets is something that I would say budget for at least, how much would you say? 50% more.
Well, whatever you've budgeted, times about 2, I think.
We're a year in, and we planned for 3 years, and budgets are getting tight now. So hence we had to sit down in this COVID lockdown period.
You can never know how much to budget for, because you just don't know what's going to happen.
Boat, or what we could get struck by lightning tonight, and then we're definitely on our way back. But it's things. We've got some guys in the marina here who have had some endless bad luck, but they say it comes around, and you just make a plan. So that's
everybody remains positive. Everybody helps each other.
Exactly.
But what we want to do is kind of extend our cruising, carry on cruising, and we're looking at ways of doing that.
And COVID gave us that, and that's what this video is all about: as to what did we do during this time, and how have we made it into a positive time rather than sitting back and just moping about.
Yeah, it ended up being a couple of months
it was
quite hard work, productive
it was seriously
work.
productive. We had internet, so it was
Yeah, I mean, Claire set up a online shop through our website, which has got some great products on. I think you'll love that.
We did the shop, we did Trashy Tuesday, we did the YouTube channel.
Yeah, and we love doing the YouTube channel. It's for you guys and for ourselves and for the kids, really.
Well, looking back, and let's look back in 10 years' time and look at these videos.
Yeah.
What else did we do? We did a Patreon page, which we need, obviously. Yeah. If we're going to top up, we need to top up the very dwindling budget and not end up back in the UK in a few months' time.
And we did a lot of boat maintenance as well.
Huge amounts of boat maintenance.
Yeah, service the generators.
That's ending though. Yeah. I think you do that not
both
just during
engines.
COVID.
Yeah. So this is our shredded Code Zero. We're going to have a quick look at it and see what's happened. We had some bad luck on the way to Aruba. Our favourite sail, the Code Zero, which gives us at least an extra knot or 2 of speed when we put it up, tore. We were so sad to lose this sail, as they're very expensive to replace. We never dreamed that our days would be so busy and full. There are so many things that get put off for another day, and eventually they become such a mammoth task, and you can't bear facing them.
At the beginning of lockdown, to keep spirits up, there were boats organised which played music, had strobe lights and entertained people in their apartments from the bay. It had a great positive impact.
Dinner is served in Santa Marta, Colombia. A nice Italian pizza. Is that big enough for you, sir?
I think I need one bit large.
Enjoy it.
We were also extremely lucky to get to swim with dolphins. The nearby Rodadero Aquarium, whose dolphins swim approximately 3 kilometers from the aquarium to the marina in front of their boat for exercise. The dolphins loved that attention that they got from the people in the marina, and we loved their visits. Planet, where is the main source of light? And heat? The sun.
So we're still in Santa Marta, starting to get itchy feet. As you can see, Sean is... How many beer cans you got there?
Well, one empty one and one full one. I think that's quite acceptable.
And what's the time?
And the time is 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Ah, so by the end of the day, we'll see how many you got lined up.
Yeah. Is this a challenge?
What are you doing?
We're turning this into a drink fest. I'm trying to see where we can go. So whether it's going to be sailing back to the UK, going to the USA, potentially go to Bonaire. The other option is Shelter Bay in Panama, and currently looking at Minton Marina, which is also in Panama.
So the whole world, really.
Yeah, the world's our oyster. Look here, on the back at least.
But
it's our oyster and it's not at the same time.
so it's not just about getting into places, though. It's about what's going to let us in, I suppose.
What's going to let us in? If we went to, say, Bocas, for example, and we decide to stay there for a little while, there's issues with lightning strikes. It's also quite a poor area from what we've read. And turning up there with a boat is possibly not the best thing to be doing. So we just got to think about the safety of everybody on board here, and particularly as we don't know how long this is all going to drag on for. Do we stay on the Caribbean side or do we head across to the Pacific? And that question is not 100% answered yet.
But
So we're working on it. Yeah. Okay, so we're still in Colombia in Santa Marta Marina. The boys were getting slightly bored, so we have created a little trail for them to follow. We've laid clues all over the site, so they're off going to go and see what they can find. Hopefully there's a treat at the end of this challenge. Okay, Dill, so here we are, we're on the helipad, but what has gone and happened? So he's gone back to go get the compass.
Hands up, person B. Your task is to swim to the white buoy and collect your next instruction. That's a better way to get up. Search land and sky for the bird that does not fly. And here you'll find the next instruction.
As we've got a little bit of time ahead of our departure for Linton Bay, which may or may not happen, we've decided to take off the anchor chain and repaint our markings. So we're going to be painting it at 10 and 5 meter intervals.
Whoa!
So Claire's come back from the shopping in town. We're getting ready to leave. Hopefully we've gone on Thursday or Friday down towards Linton Bay, Panama, and we're just cleaning all our shop produce with some bleach, some alcohol wipe, depending what we've got, just to make sure we don't get COVID. Can you jump off there? I tell you what, go and have a look, and and take the GoPro and film that.
Trashy Tuesday. Having the time to think of ways we can help clear the ocean, we started the Trashy Tuesday community, which is a community of ocean lovers who are up for the challenge of removing 2,020 kilograms of plastic from our oceans and waterways by the end of the year. We've had a great response to Trashy Tuesday, so hopefully we'll be able to grow this more and more and make a big difference.
Right, it's Friday the 8th of May and we're still in Colombia, Santa Marta. It's pretty early in the morning and well, we're hoping that today is the day that we can get to leave. So I think the boat's pretty much ready and let's just have a quick look around. We'll put the safety lines on. That's the red and yellow straps. That enables us to clip on with our life jackets and stay secure to the boat in the event of rough weather. And it's quite a calm day, so hopefully we're going to be able to leave pretty soon. It makes getting off the dock here a little bit easier. But yeah, essentially we're ready to go. So we're just going to take a walk down to the marina office and go and see Juan and Kelly. And hopefully they've got some news on our Zarpe and our passports having been stamped. And then we are off. We're going to leave Santa Marta. And we're going to head down towards Linton Bay Marina. Okay, so just been in to go and see Kelly about leaving, and the progress has been, well, we know that the ZARP is done, and that's great. The port control has authorized our departure. Well, actually they've authorized our boat's departure. Immigration though, we're still waiting for approval from them. They're not overly happy that we are leaving because we're not going back to our home port. The news is 2 out of 3 things are ticked. ZARP done, port control have approved our departure, but we're still waiting for immigration to stamp the passports. So disappointing news today. We had immigration turn up along with one of the marina staff, and they're not prepared to stamp out our passports yet, so we are still stuck in Colombia. And yeah, now we're just going to push our embassy here to get in touch with the Colombian Ministry of Foreign Affairs and just say to them, look, you need to let these guys go. So that's where we are with this. British Embassy is involved, and let's just hope that we can get out of here next week before we rack up a monster marina bill. So yeah, disappointing, but what can you do? Could be worse.
Can you repeat that, please? What is your intention here in this port, sir? What is your intention here? Just to fix my boat, just to fix the hole in the side of my boat. We have order to the presidential order that you cannot proceed to this port because the COVID-19 is in this area. You cannot proceed to this port.
We count ourselves lucky to an extent, as we were stuck in a marina. There were other yachts at sea who were being turned away from country after country, leaving them stranded at sea with provisions and fuel running out.
Typical Sunday and Saturday mornings in quarantine.
Going to Martinique's capital, Fort-de-France, and a school trip to the Slave Museum, which was very interesting but sad.
So I am off to see what Sean is doing. Oh, it's full today. Tickets please. It's very busy in here.
It's cool.
Yeah, it's lovely. I'm watching the fishermen go past here. How's it going?
So good news, it looks like we've got permission to leave Colombia, and we're going to leave on Tuesday next week. So it's Monday today. We've got a week to get the boat ready, which sounds pretty easy, but one thing I do want to do before we go is change the engine oil on our Cummins Onan generator. So the first thing we do is we just remove the front panel to get access to the generator. There's not much space in here to work. That slides off. Right down there is where the zinc anode gets removed and installed. I managed to get it out, and I've just lightly threaded on a new one, and this is what the old one looks like. So the generator's in good shape, new oil filter, new fuel filter, and the zinc anode done, and we'll check the fan belt as well, and then we're good to go. There she is, up and running again.
How's it going?
That's going good.
It's not slow.
You must warn me so I can have my stomach in. And my chin out. Chin out, rather. The guys are fishing here and they're literally pulling out fish after fish after fish.
Ahí, tío, cámbiate el invento. No vas a parar, tío.
Don't let him go under the dock. I'll throw it in.
Don't be shy like that. Put your fingers in there. Come on.
Oh my gosh. Whoa!
What? Oh, yeah. He was.
You can have it again. Oh, that's classic.
You can eat it. It's still okay.
So make sure you subscribe to our channel and like our videos.
And you're a bit hot.
Oh, just a little bit hot. Yeah, that was quite a challenge.
And now, well, this isn't really much. We'll easily put this all away in the lockers.
Okay, so as we are going to be leaving on Tuesday, hopefully Tuesday morning, I'm just going through the grab bag contents, make sure nothing's expired, make sure everything's there. Just giving it a general check over, familiarizing myself with the flares again, and talking those through with Claire. So hopefully we're good to go. So you know, that's essentially one of our grab bags. It doesn't have all the stuff in there, but you've got tin food, knives, energy drinks, fishing equipment, fishing lines. The second one here has got gloves to use with our flares and so forth, wet wipes, LED flares, tin food, tin openers, medical kits, so it's quite well equipped. And that drum in the background there, that's our flare drum, so we've got a number of different types of flares in there, and well, hopefully we never need to use those.
Leaving for the second time today, so we're looking forward to it. Whether it happens or not, we won't know. We're getting everything stowed, having some quick breakfast, and apparently the passport man will be there to stamp at 8 a.m. Who knows?
So departure day here from Santa Marta Marina. It's taken us about 3 weeks. We've had to involve the British Embassy, lots of emails backwards and forwards, and we've finally been given permission to go. So quite an exciting day. Just walking down the dock now, heading up to the marina office to go and pay our bill. Yes, we've been charged to stay here despite being locked in during COVID. So yeah, we're going to go and pay the bill and cast our lines off and hopefully be off down towards Linton Bay in Panama. So this is Santa Marta Marina. Quite an amazing place actually. The town itself behind it is just one of the most incredible places. Quite a mix of people, and there's such a vibe in this town, and it's really worth visiting. So if you do get a chance to stop here, pull in, but just make sure they know you're coming, otherwise it can be quite a challenge to get in here.
Thumbs up or thumbs down?
Halfway.
Halfway.
Paige. Did that's always the easy bit, isn't it? When people take your money.
Yeah.
So that's not a problem. So he's gone off to immigration now to get our passport stamped.
I thought the guy was coming here.
So did I.
Okay.
But he's going there now. So he said it's 5 minutes up the road, and he'll be back here.
Okay.
So let's see what happens.
Okay. Watch this space.
Yeah.
There we go. Well done. Thank you so much, Juan. It's been fantastic.
Right now? In 5 minutes, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, we want to get past the river.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Take a video of all you guys. Do you want this one first?
Yeah, we can do that one first.
So I was saying, if you catch any fish and you take a picture, you gotta put like a pencil or something next to it. So we
Let's hope it's flat out there because we're going to feel so seasick.
Perfect.
Goodbye.
Yeah, I had a quick panic. Bye guys.
Yeah. Bye.
Yeah, we'll come back one day, that's for sure.
okay, I have you.
If you like our videos and would like to support us, please take a look at our Patreon page. The link is in the text below. Your support will help us buy better recording and editing equipment, and will also help us continue on our adventure.